What we're looking at here is fixing a saw up and down motion of a PPS 7S Bosch saw. What's happened is the thread has stripped on one of the bolts, and so the saw doesn't move up and down. This presentation gives an indication what needs to be done to fix it. When you look at the serial number of this particular machine, you can see it's only number 32. Now it may be that this is one of the very first machines that was made, but it looked like not many of these were made. Things you need to consider before starting. First of all, make sure you have the ability to take photographs as you dismantle the saw. Make sure you take pictures of every step because you want to know the order in which various nuts and bolts and washers go back on the saw again. First step is obviously to remove the saw plate, which is held down by 2 Allen bolts, which then will fully reveal the saw blade and allow you to dismantle everything. You can remove the saw blade as detailed in the manual, and locking the blade in position by pushing the lever as described. The other thing that you should consider doing is removing the black base of the plate so that you can get in from the bottom of the saw as well. So the step that you need to do is really remove the saw up and down control. And these are the parts that come out. You can see the picture of them. The first part is the black metal bracket. It's not available to buy, so the nut needs to be replaced that's attached to this, and it's fixed onto the saw by 2 Allen bolts through the base of the black structure. So if we look at the picture, you can see the top bit has the replacement nut and bolt in place. The second screw bit of bolt, which is identified by the black arrow, is the original bolt and nut, and the new thread is the one that's at the top of the picture. The nut at the right, which is circled, stripped, thread stripped, and needs to be replaced with a normal left-hand nut. And the thread on the bolt is non-standard, so a similar one needs to be selected. So these were the original things which were taken off. So there's the thread. This actually looks pretty reasonable. There's a nut that goes on there which wasn't stripped. There's also a Teflon washer. I have to hold my hands up here. I think there were 2 Teflon washers on this, and I couldn't find the second one when I reassembled it, so I just used an ordinary steel one. But in fact there may be 2 Teflon washers, so when you take this apart, do get some photographs and make sure that you get pictures of exactly how the saw's built up. So what you see here is the right hand side where the new thread has been made, and this is attached to the adjustment rod which goes to the front of the saw, and is actually held by a spring. On the original, I think the guys who did this actually replaced it with a grub screw. So this is just looking at the old and new threads. See the new thread, the thread on the new upper one is obviously much better. It's made of steel rather than some aluminium, and it's a thread that I didn't have in the shop that I went to get these made, so this involved having to change quite a lot of things as well. So the nut that got stripped is the one we were looking at on the black bracket, and it's pointed out by the arrow. and was replaced. That being replaced, obviously you need to make the that you can see that's on below it. Obviously we needed a new thread to be. And here you can see the slots where this black bracket is actually held onto the saw itself. When it's reassembled, this is what it looks like, probably with 2 Teflon washers in it. And here's another view of the reassembled mechanism. I have to admit I couldn't find one of the Teflon washers. So the saw blade now moves up and down. This is the lever turning in a clockwise direction to move the saw blade up. Here you can see the saw blade moving up as you turn this knob around. And similarly, to move it down, you just turn the knob in an anti-clockwise direction. And that drops the saw blade down. So we now have a saw blade which you can move up and down as per normal. This is it being moved down. And this is just showing you where the button is. You need to press to remove the red and black knob from the shaft. So we've got the parts fabricated at Mayfield Industrial Estate in Dalkeith. Telephone numbers given here. These guys are really helpful. They've got great amount of experience, having worked at Ferranti for many years. You'll need to take all the bits shown in the slides, this picture, as well as the long rod that adjusts the up-down motion of the blade. And this knob here, these pictures here show where the button of the release knob is. And to finish with, let's just summarize what needs to be done. So you need to get the long left-hand thread made as in the above photographs. So that's the steel thread replacing the aluminium one. You get the same thread on a nut, one of which is fixed to the black metal fixture. So you fix that nut to the black metal holder, and once again, please make sure you take photographs of attachments so that all the nuts and washers can go back in the correct position. And to finally finish, it's just an example of what can be made with the saw when it's repaired. And I'll leave you with that picture.